Alright, fellow hounds, this is Roland Brown, KY4RDB. I'm back with the next segment of our video series. This video we're going to work on programming or not programming, but operating our DMR radio. The previous video we actually programmed. The piece I didn't show you in the previous video though was how do you get your DMR ID. I registered at this website, which is right here in the top, as you can see. I'll highlight that for you. And if you'll just scroll down towards the bottom, you're going to click on user registration. If we ever actually, when we get ready to put the repeater online, I'll maybe do a video and show you how we do the repeater registration. But the first thing is we're going to do a user registration, and it will take, as it says here, 24 hours a lot of times before you get your ID back, okay? If you're using a DV4 Mini or a DV Mega, you're only going to need one ID. That's all you're going to need, okay? But do read over the terms and use and stuff here, okay? Now, once you get your ID back, you're going to need to put your DV Mega, which we will do a video on how to set the DV Mega up later in the series. You're going to have to put your DV Mega hotspot on one of the networks, okay, if you're using a hotspot. If you're not using a hotspot and you're just looking to get on, then we're going to continue on the video. So once you get your ID and you've got it in where we put it in our radio to program the channels, and if you're at a repeater or a hotspot that's already set up, we're going to move now into actually using the radios. Okay. I'm back here and we're looking, this is a still picture I took a while ago of a QSO that was going on. And I wanted to take a still where it was quiet to kind of show you some stuff. Now, your standard stock TYT 380 out of the box, your screen is not going to look like this. I have a special firmware loaded on mine that came with the hotspot image I'm using that allows it to populate this information. And basically what happens is every so often I plug my radio into the to my hotspot, which is on the Raspberry Pi, and I can update any of the new DMR IDs, and it will pull that information from QRZ and give me this, okay? So let's talk about this screen here first. Just a couple things I want to point out. Signal strength here. I don't know how accurate it is on these Chinese-made radios, because I've seen it even when it showed none here. I've still been able to talk to my hotspot, so I'm not too sure if that's an actual accurate reading. The L here, of course, shows that I'm on low power. This shows that I have all the alerts turned off. And if there's anybody out there watching the video that can tell me what this shield here is, I would greatly appreciate it. I've looked through the book, I've looked online, and I've not been able to find anything. I notice sometimes where these two are red, they'll be green, so I don't know. So that's something I'm still searching and researching on. Of course, you've got the battery life meter here, and then these guys here is something else I need to do a little research on. But during this QSO here, subscriber 3139031, and I apologize, I should have looked up what the state is. The first four normally will identify the state, so I'll try to get that for you in the next video possibly, or we'll see what's going on. I'll look it up in a minute and maybe come back to it. And then 031. Now, what I've seen on these DMR IDs is normally you get these last three numbers here, as for right now, is normally this guy was the 31st ham to sign up for a DMR ID in whatever state 3139 is. All right. This arrow says that he is talking to Talk Group, TG, 3100, and if you remember, 3100 is the USA wide talk group, okay? And the radio is populating off of that subscriber ID. It knows that it is Kilo 7 Delta Juliet, and I'm sorry here, I just lost the M. Mike, sorry. Sometimes the phonetic alphabet goes out of my head. So it's Kilo 7 Delta Juliet Mike, okay? And his name is Dennis Mays, and he is in Moraine, Ohio, in the United States. Now, the gentleman he was having a QSO with, I'm going to pull this picture over into our screen here, was WH6L, Whiskey Hotel 6 Lima. And I've not figured out how to add the name here at the end. It's something that it pulls from Brandmaster. Some people you will see, they'll have their first name out to the side. This is Ed Norman. He's in San Benito, Texas. Okay. So I want you to take a second and pause to think about that for a minute. We had a user that was in Moraine, Ohio, talking across repeaters that were linked together to a user that was in San Benito, Texas, okay? And here is WH6L's subscriber ID, okay? So he's in 3148, and you all should know that because I've used that talk group. So, and it looks like he was the 861st person to get a DMR ID. And now I'm making speculation on that because I have searched through the DMR database. Checked it earlier today. Kentucky is up to 258 hams, okay, that have DMR IDs. Now, I've got a video of a QSO. I'm going to pause the video here, get set up to show you the QSO. Okay, I want to show y'all an actual QSO. Now, the audio is going to be a little bit lower than what it actually is in the video, and the reason being is I'm playing a video while I'm recording the video on my Mac. So the audio will be just a bit lower, but you're going to hear the quality of voice that's there. And this is a QSO that I conducted from my house with my radio via my hotspot and the internet linking to the statewide California talk group. And not being a very good ham, I keyed up all of the repeaters in the state of California. But this gentleman and another gentleman were very nice and took time. This gentleman took time out of his evening to help me with doing some recording so you could see a DMR QSO. Or for people that's not hams that are watching, QSO just means contact, okay? So let's go ahead and start the video. KE6RU, this is KY4RDB. How are you copying my signal?
Yeah, good copy, Roland. Go ahead.
I appreciate your help on shooting this for the video. We're actually down in southeast Kentucky along the Virginia and Tennessee border, and DMR is just starting to come into our area. And my club has asked me to do some training videos, and I wanted to do some actual live QSO work. K6RU. Yeah, if you can just kind of give us an idea of what the state of DMR is out in California, what types of equipment that you've seen in use out there. Just something just to give me enough time to capture some video to shoot into our training slides.
Okay, well, cue me again when you're ready. Again.
Okay, go ahead, K6RU. I'm ready right now.
Okay, the handle here is Dan. The call is KE6RU. I'm in South San Jose in the Silicon Valley. And DMR is very popular here in Central California. We have, just in my area alone, there's 5, maybe 7 repeaters that you can hit with an HT from here. So it's very prevalent, and the system is growing all the time. So it's very popular here in Central California. Go ahead.
Excellent, excellent. What type of equipment are you seeing most of the hams buy? I know down here in this area, these TYT MD 380s and 390s are what most of us are using right now.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, MD 380s are very popular here. Um, there's a large group here, a club here that's all Motorola. So there's a lot of Motorola users here. And I'm using an Alinco, one of the new Alincos, and I like it just fine. So that's the state here. A lot of MD380s and a ton of Motorola's here. Go ahead.
Okay, Dan, thank you. I think I've got enough video for what I need. I appreciate you taking some time out of your evening. This is KY4RDB. I'll be clear on your next final.
KY4RDB. Okay, Roland. Pleasure to help you out, and hope it works out good for you. Enjoy, take care, and we'll talk to you again sometime. KE6RRU.
So that's a live QSO DMR. Like I said, that was from my location all the way out to San Jose, California. And I'm down in southeast Kentucky, like I said. So that's a pretty significant distance contact. You know, I've left these pictures up. This is, like I said, the stock TYT 380 is not going to do this information, like showing you the call and where they're at and stuff. This is a special firmware that I've got loaded onto mine. But I wanted you to see that you do get the subscriber ID and what talk group. I believe that is standard on the TYT. And I apologize because as soon as I got my TYT MD380, I loaded this special firmware onto it, or I would have pictures. Just kind of going over the radio face front, you'll notice that it's got the alphanumeric keyboard here. When not in the QSO, this green button will bring up the menu, and the red button here will bring up the get you back out of the menu. And as we finish up the video here, I'm going to kind of go through the menus with you and show you how we can switch zones and stuff like that. So just stand by with me and I'll let you out of here. But the biggest thing I want you to see to start with is this is the menu button, this little green button right here by my finger. Now since they're in a QSO, I'm going to switch channels so we can touch this, but you'll see menu right here. So I'm going to press the green button. I'm going to bring up menu. I'm going to go down to zones. Remember, we talked about zones. And we're just going to scroll through all the different zones I have on my radio. I've got a USA zone, a USA 2, a Brandmaster Talk Around Channels group, USA State, Alabama through something, Alabama or US States, Hawaii through Massachusetts, US States, Mississippi through, and I'm using this with a hotspot, so that's why mine is set up this way. And then I've got one just for the state of California, Michigan, New York, Texas, and so on. The actual programming or code plug, if you'll remember that term from our previous video, I'm using is one I downloaded from the Volnet group, which is down in Tennessee. In addition to in here, we can also see, or we could do scan. I don't really have anything set up for scan. And we also can see all the contacts that we have built, that you built in your programming. So we could scroll through those and we would see here's various talk channels. Okay, red button's going to get us out. We're going to come back. Alright, so that concludes this video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, there wasn't a lot to learn. This was more of a let you see how things worked, how things operated, actually hear the sound of the radios and stuff like that. Next video, like I said, will be a surprise. One thing I mentioned at the start of the video, and I caught myself as I was piecing these videos together. Yes, I said if you have a DV Mega, you're going to put it on one of the networks or a DV4 Mini. As far as I know right now, the Brandmaster network is the only one that allows what we would call homebrew equipment on their network, in which they actually encourage homebrew equipment. Um, so that's a big plus. They're very amateur friendly. Of course, all the networks are, I'm sure, but Brandmaster is what I started with, and uh, got some really excellent support and help out of some of the guys from over there. So this is KY4RDB Roland Brown. I'm gonna finish this video, and well, you got 3 videos in one day. We'll probably take a break before we come back with this next video.